Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rick's BLAZIN takes. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. I appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get right into it. What's up, SimWorld? This is Rick Blaze coming to you live and direct. Another episode of Rick's BLAZIN takes, giving you the ins and the outs, the what's happening in SimWorld and around everywhere pretty much. So I got a few things I want to talk about. And let's talk about it. The ACA Player of the Year watch was updated and came out this week on Monday with the top 10 guys believed to be candidates for Player of the Year. I'm gonna go over it really quick. You can find it in the threads under player rankings. Number 1, Cooper Flag. I'll start from 10 to 1. Number 10, Monte Parson. Number 9, Damian Luffy. Number 8, Kevon Jackson. Number 7, Nas Hall. Number 6, Andre Ivanov. Number 5, Kai Killings. Number 4, Bernard James. Number 3, D'Angelo and Jordan. Number 2, Jafet Towns. Number 1, Cooper Flag. Really quick, couple of things that I noticed about, 3 things I noticed about this list. 1, most of the guys, most of the guys on this list are on winning teams. So the first thing I notice is you have to be a leader of a winning team to be considered a Player of the Year candidate. I'm not mad at that. Now, do you have to be a first place winning team? Not necessarily, but I think in order for you to win a Player of the Year and you're on a losing team, a below 500 team, you have to be averaging ungodly numbers. I'm talking about like 35, 12, and 6. Like that's the only way we can say, well, it's not you, it must be everyone else, right? But everybody on this team, most of the candidates on this list are on winning teams. Also, something that's interesting, Philadelphia has 2 players that's on the top 10 list. That's never happened in SimWorld Prep history before, where there's 2 candidates for Player of the Year on the same team. I think it's a credit to not only to these guys, Nas Hall and Monte Parson, who's recently has come on strong. I think it's a credit to the coach and his ability to recruit. And not only that, but his ability to run a program, an offense and a defense that put his guys in a position not only to win, but to succeed on the individual and on the team success. So kudos to Coach Dries for having this Philadelphia team represented with 2 players. Also, kudos to all the coaches who have their players, their guys represented in this top 10 watch. Now, as far as who I think is going to win, first of all, I'm not mad at this list. Everybody on this list is a strong candidate. I guess you can, personally, you probably can switch some of the orders up outside of 1 and 2. That's actually outside of 1, 2, and 3. I think 1, 2, and 3. I think most people would agree with the 1, 2, and 3. Outside of 1, 2, and 3, you might vary how you feel like it's varying, right? But the real question: can anyone beat Cooper Flag for this award? The short answer is no. I know Jafet. I love Jafet Towns. I went on the record saying if I had the number 1 pick in the NBA draft and I had to pick one player currently in SimWorld Prep, I went on record and said I would pick Jafet Towns. Well, Ricky, how are you picking Jafet Towns number 1, but you're not picking him as a Player of the Year? Because here in this high school SimWorld Prep, Cooper Flag is the most dominant player in SimWorld Prep. Now, Jafet Towns has the biggest bag. He has a better overall. I think his skill set is more defined and more refined than Cooper Flag. But Cooper Flag is the most dominant player in SimWorld Prep. And the reason why he wouldn't be on my number 1 pick list is because at 6'9", 200 pounds in the NBA, not even on the college level, but especially in the NBA, he's not the most dominant player at that size and with athleticism. Damn near all the players, 6'9", has athleticism and has that size. So, but on this prep level, no one can stop him. Bigs are too slow for him, and wings are too small for him. He's a matchup problem for 9 teams out of 10. So to me, because of that, because he's been number one in all rankings all year long. He's the most dominant player in SimWorld Prep. If he's number one all year long and he's the most dominant player, why does he not win the Player of the Year? That math is just ain't mathing. So to me, I love Jafet Towns. If I had the number one pick in the SWBA draft today, out of the SimWorld Prep players, I'm picking Jafet Towns number one. His current skill set translate almost just as well as it does on a prep level. However, since we're talking about prep level, the most dominant player in prep level today, right now, Cooper Flag. And it's really not close if you think about it. All right. Let's get into some things. Let's get into something else. I want to talk about something else really quick. I want to talk about Batman and Robin. A lot of players come into teams and they want to be Batman. There's nothing wrong with that. Very few players come on a team and say, you know what? I think I just want to sign up for Robin. It doesn't really happen that way. But let me tell you something. A lot of players want to be Batman until you realize the task that Batman has to be for his team. When you think about Batman, of course you think about, oh, I get all the shots. I get the final shot. I'm the number one option on the team. And that may be true. But Batman's role changes depending on what his team needs. A true leader adapts to what their team needs. So in other words, in order to be a real Batman on the team, not only do you have to have the ability to lead your team in points and lead your team in whatever statistical category they may need, you have to also have the ability to say, you know what? It's not in the team's best interest for me to do that. Maybe my teammates are more effective if I don't take all the shots. Maybe my team is more effective if I decide, you know what? We're struggling on defensive end. I'm going to do defense. I'm going to focus on defense. The true craftsmanship, the true level of a Batman type player is someone who does whatever needs to be done for the team whenever. He's whoever you need him to be when you need him to be it. You need me to be the scorer, I'll be the scorer. You need me to be defensive anchor, I'll be the defensive anchor. You need me to be the cheerleader on the sideline, I'll be the cheerleader on the sideline. That's the true Batman. A leader on and off the court. Someone who his teammates respects him, listens to him, and someone who knows how not to only give orders, he knows how to take and follow orders as well. Look at yourselves in the mirror and ask yourself, can I sacrifice my game for the team? Ask yourself, can I give orders and take orders? Ask yourself, can I be unselfish? If you answer to no to any of those things, then you're probably not a Batman. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because guess what? Robin get the girls too. They the leftover girls, but they still girls nevertheless. That's the whole show. What do you think? Who's the Batman? Who's the Robin on your team? What do you think about the Player of the Year? Let's cuss and discuss. Let's put it in the chat, man. Y'all have a good Wednesday. I'll see y'all later.